Welcome to JS Metalcraft. Today we're building another tube bender. I built this one several years ago. I think it was this past spring when I first had the need for it, and so we bought a couple of dies, a 1 inch and an 1.5 inch. The 1.5 inch die worked great. But the 1 inch die didn't match our pattern here on the holes, and after some research, the pattern that I had followed or drawing was for a Pro Tools bender, and then I ended up buying JD squared dies. And one of the problem on the 1 inch, it's kind of hard to see, but I mean, if it was only the clearance from this arm here, that's an easy to solve. But the hole that drives the die is off 1/8 of an inch or less. I did get it to work. I was able to drop a smaller bolt in there to drive it. But I thought, well, I'd rather have everything to work the way they are supposed to. And I couldn't remember for sure, but I think the follower wasn't quite in the location that it probably should have been. So as you can see, we've already got the pieces cut out. We've got the 2 of the arms here needing to be or waiting to be cleaned up. And here we have already started drilling. First thing I did was put these in 90 degrees from where they're at, and milled off, because your plasma cut, it has a slight taper, and I wanted the ability to clamp them in here, or get them to clamp in and tighten on both pieces so we can drill both pieces at the same time. Holes be perfectly aligned that way. Went ahead and added a little extra insurance with some clamps. Already drilled the 1 inch hole out here where the die will be pivoting, and I stuck a 1 inch bolt through there and tightened it up to kind of hold everything together, because we're going to have to remove these clamps as we start drilling all the holes. And here we have the drawings. They're both in inch and in metric, but the problem is, or what I don't like, I guess, is the inches in fractions, and rather than be, it's a little easier to follow if they were in decimal. So we cheated here a little bit, and the digital readout we switched over to metric. So we're going to proceed here to drill all of our holes here to 7/8. I'll be starting with a 1/2 inch, chasing it with the 7/8. I'm not sure if I'll go through all of them and then come back, or change the drill bit for each hole. I haven't decided. I'd prefer to drill them all half and come back, but the issue is we're moving both X and Y, and the way these are written, I focus on there or not, is all referenced from our first hole. So I would have to, if I did each hole, move to it, zero everything out, then we can move, or add all the measurements up. Anyway, I think it'd be easier just to, for no more than it takes to switch the bits out. That's probably the way we're going to go. So with that, we're going to get busy. I'm not going to bore you drilling out all the holes. When we get her done, we'll bring you back. Had some questions whether or not my degree plate, what different models or brands of tube benders that'll fit. As long as you have the ability to weld a 1-inch nut to the bottom side of your stationary arms, this plate will bolt up to it. You probably have to use some washers to space it out so that the nut doesn't go, or the bolt doesn't go all the way through the nut to touch the pin that goes down through there. And it's just a hand tight so that you can loosen it up slightly if you need to make to zero it out. But anyway, all of the dies all have to be basically the same, and as long as this is in the center and you have ways of a pointer coming down off your die, I can't imagine this not fitting just about any tube bender out there. Alright, we're all got her put back together, and our follower, it says the 4th hole, and I guess it looks alright. The main issue we had was this pin that drives our die. Fits right in the hole to drive without any issues whatsoever. So everything's lined up, ready to use it when we have that opportunity. Definitely these arms don't look as beefy as the other ones that we had, but I'm not going to be trying to bend any 2-inch quarter walls type stuff, so it should work out just fine for what little use that I have for it. So with that, we're back in business here, and thanks for watching.